how having more sex will make you more money. Now, before any nerdy people, personal development people come at me and say, oh, but no, you know, Napoleon Hill, he said sex filled transplantation. So calm down. And before any type of religious people come at me saying, oh, but you know, no sex before marriage and stuff like that, I will explain everything in this video. Please listen to the end and it will all make sense. Really and truly, this video could be titled how to understand the mechanics of sexual activity and retranslate that into wealth building if you want a more brainy type of title, okay? But just for you guys to understand, by the way, if my hair is fucked, if I look like a Super Saiyan, if you see me constantly doing my beard again, it's just because I had a run in the forest and then I have a very important investment meeting right after this, so I'm kind of like in between two things. Either way, the thing is, imperfect action, trying to be as authentic as possible. So we are first going to talk about mechanics of sexual activity linked to frequency, linked to psychology, linked to physiology and vibration, and therefore retranslating that into quantum mechanics and attracting your desired reality into your success, really and truly, into your life. So I hope you guys are ready for this. I know it's a bit far-fetched, but stick with me to the end. I had this intuitive idea that I needed to share with you guys. And for the nerdy ones of you that love Napoleon Hill, by the way, shout out to you, Napoleon. For the nerdy ones of you that love personal development and love Napoleon Hill, you know that infinite intelligence sometimes speaks to you via an intuition, and you need to follow through with it, because if you do not follow through with this specific idea that you had, well, somebody is going to have the same ideas and capitalize on this idea, and they're going to reap the benefits of this idea. So I had this idea, I'm currently expressing it to you guys to hopefully better your life. Now, if you are very triggered easily about these types of subjects, and you feel like, you know, you hate women or you hate men, or you think that all women are and all men are trash, then you can just click off this video, because this is not going to be for you. This is based around love and around giving love to other people and understanding how the loving mechanics can make you more money. Okay? So now that this disclaimer is done, we are first going to talk about esoterically what sexual activity means. I'm really super excited about this YouTube masterclass, this YouTube video. So first and foremost, we're going to talk about how the mechanics of sexual activity works. Then we will talk about how all of this can help you reverse engineer your success. And last but not least, we will talk about the power of sexual transmutation and how the power of sexual energy can be directly applied to create your desired reality. So first and foremost, let's talk about, you've guessed it, drum roll, I think there is an H, right? I think there is an H. Sorry, sometimes I'm thinking in different types of languages, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's mechanics like this, right? Mechanics. Mechanism. Mechanics, let's say mechanics of sexual activity. Of sex, basically. So what happens when two people that are about to have sex do? Okay? So this is you. You have a big smile because you're a sexy motherfucker, and this is, let's say, the girl, right? By the way, this is applicable. This is applicable in both ways. Okay, don't like, oh, you know, you're only doing. I know some of you girls following my Instagram and following my YouTube are like, oh, you're only doing content for guys. No, this is applicable. If you use two brain cells of yours, this is applicable to you as well, and you just reverse the situation. Cool. So this is the girl. She's also smiling, right? She's happy. So what happens when they're about to do the deed, right? Usually, well, of course, they need to be attracted to each other, okay? That's literally attraction. And when you're attracted to somebody, over time, what happens? You spend time with them, you have your focus onto them, right? What is the easiest way to focus is really to be on a date with a beautiful woman or somebody that you find really attractive. You know, all the ADHD that you have, if you're truly attracted to the person in front of you, it goes out the fucking window. Okay, because you guys are like, oh, but you know, I can't focus. No, it's because you've been brain erotic by TikTok and all those social media platforms instead of actually training your focus. Focus is like a muscle. Either way, if you're in the front of a beautiful woman and you're not super fucking stressed and you're not overthinking in your head, because of course that's the main sabotage of dates, is you overthinking instead of being present. If you're able to be present with this beautiful, lovely lady, well, obviously over time that focus will create energy and more energy and more energy and more energy. And you guys, if you're not a weirdo and if you're actually somebody who works on every single aspect of his life every single day, you will naturally be more and more attracted to each other. And getting closer and getting closer and closer to each other, right? That's why, for instance, on the date, you guys start maybe, you know, flirting a bit with the touch and stuff like that, right? Until it's sexy time, right? Until it's sexy time. But this attraction happens, of course, as a consequence of you guys being on the same wavelength. What does that mean, to be on the same wavelength? Let me grab another color. Right? A wavelength is this, right? If you ever watch a electrocardiogram of the heart, you see the wavelength, etc. What is a wavelength, basically? What is another word for wavelength? I'm waiting. Well, obviously you can't respond, but it's a frequency, right? Frequency. So another form of wavelength is frequency. And what does that mean? For you guys to have sex, you need to be on a similar frequency, on a similar wavelength. I'm not saying all the time, but at the moment of it, you need to have similar interests, you need to have similar energy, you need to have this similar goal, and you need to be attracted to each other because you have some kind of symbiotic frequency going on, right? That's why we often say that love is like a dance, right? It's like with a rhythm of seduction, etc. Cool. So understanding the mechanics of sex allows you to understand that you guys need to be on the same frequency to be able to have the finality, which is this explosion of energy between each other, right? And you've noticed, whenever you are attracted, right, and you're on the same frequency and you put your intention, for you to happen and have this, you need to put your attention on the lady, right? So attention and focus on a longer period of time. And she does the same thing for you, right? So you're putting your presence, you're putting focus, attention, and energy onto her, and she does the same thing. And that's how, over time, by you doing this exchange of focus and attention, it recalibrates and you guys get closer and closer and closer until it happens, until the sexual act happens. But what does it mean? It means that by you being on the same frequency and wavelength on a long period of time, you aim, I'm going to write it here. You aim to become one. Now, I'm not going to get too much esoteric, occult, and metaphysical here, but the law of divine oneness, stating that we are all from the same energy, just vibrating at different frequencies, is exactly this. You guys aim to be one because you're on the same frequency and you put attention and focus on a long period of time, and then you get closer and closer and closer and closer until you become one. You and the two bodies technically merge. Cool. So now that we know this, please remember this. I'm going to keep this one, right? Sex basically means aiming to become one, okay? And that naturally happens, of course, with your frequency. Now, what does it mean? But Hugo, how is it interesting for us to make more money? Calm down. You'll see. Listen to the end. I'll tell you everything. Cool. So the goal with the sex is basically to become one. What does that mean? It means that if you have a like frequency, that literally means same wavelength wavelength on a long period of time plus focus and attention plus attention equals sex, right? Same wavelength. Let's use here actually. Same wavelength over time, plus focus plus attention. Of course, I'm not taking into account the more material, psychological biases, right? But overall, if you want from a metaphysical perspective, that's what's happening when you have sex with somebody. It's literally same wavelength on a long period of time with focus and attention equals sex. Now, what if, I had this intuitive thought in the forest today. What if we replace this lovely lady, right? This lovely lady. So we replace her like this. We remove her, right? And instead, we aim to become one with our desired reality, our success. The success that we want in a quote-unquote future life. So we remove the lady and we replace it with our success. Well, this equation can be still applied for our success. What does it mean? It means that we need to be on the same wavelength of our desired reality, of our success, the success that we aim to get, on a long period of time. Put our focus on our success on a long period of time, and put our attention on success. What does that mean? Literally, same wavelengths, it means on a long period of time, it means you need to be at the same frequency of your desired reality. Of desired reality. Same frequency of desired reality. You need to put your focus on a clear image of what success represents for you. So that means that you need a clear goal. Because without a clear goal and destination, you don't have focus. And then attention means, attention is alignment, meaning that every single day you need to feed your subconscious mind with thoughts that are congruent with what you're desiring to achieve. So alignment. You need to create an alignment in your life with success. So, for you to be one, do you understand how powerful this is? For you to be one with your success instead of the girl, you need to have the same wavelength of your success on a long period of time, meaning the frequency of your desired reality, plus you need to have a specific focus. Put your focus on a long period of time, meaning that you need to have a clear goal because you cannot focus on something very vague. You need something specific. What does success represent to you? You need to be extremely clear. So is it a supercar? Is it a specific body? Is it a specific house? Is it a specific types of relationship? Is it an abundance in all aspects? Make sure you have this clear goal and clear image of what success represents in your mind. And then you need to align with success in all your actions, thoughts, and emotions. Attention. So basically the equation of sex can be retranslated into for you to attract success in your life. Now, what does it actually mean? It means that you want to tap into the frequency of your desired reality. And how do we do that? Well, we are going to explain to that in the next slide. Actually, I don't have any spots left here. So we're going to remove this beautiful lady. I know you guys were falling in love already with her. You know what? Just because I like you guys, we're going to keep her here. Because I know some of you horny motherfuckers, you like her to be here. Boom, there you go. So this is her. That way you can still look at her with her beautiful smile without getting jealous. We'll name her Jessica. There you go. That's like Jessica's corner. Jessica's corner. There you go. Hope you guys are happy. Now there's no jealousy going on, and you don't think like I'm trying to keep her for myself and stuff like that. Just, she's here, okay? Calm down. Cool. So now that we know this, the equation for success, which is basically aiming to be one, how do we actually aim to be one with, we aim to be, you know what? Because it's not the last, we're gonna do, aim to be one with success. So meaning like money, health, relationships, right? So some of you may like be thinking, but Hugo, like, why the fuck are you talking about all of this? Specifically when you help people build their personal brand and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, you cannot go into the specific physical mechanics without us removing all your limiting beliefs and without you having this global metaphysical awareness of how money can be created by you improving your energy and your frequency. Okay? This is why I'm doing all of this. This YouTube channel is literally made for you to become rich, first and foremost, because once you start making money, you can then become free, and then you can work on every single aspect of your life. So first, we need you to make a lot of money for you to stop being a slave of the system, and you can actually start to be a free thinker. You then can become time, money, and location free, and then from there on out, it's easier for you to become successful in every single aspect, right? Just health, wealth, relationship, overall creating an abundance in your life. This is my only purpose with this YouTube channel. So it's to give you the metaphysical, esoteric, and what I call fast lane tools for you to create a reality where you feel fulfilled. Because most of the problem that we see online these days is that a lot of people only focus on the techniques, the tactics, the systems. That's good and all. I have the perfect system. I know how to make somebody successful if they apply this perfect system. The problem is they won't necessarily need to go to the barbershop. They won't necessarily apply the system, and they won't be consistent, disciplined, and they will overall stop executing it because they will self-sabotage because of their subconscious limiting beliefs, because of their lack of good frequency, because they've been programmed to lose and they're self-sabotaging themselves without even knowing it, because the subconscious mind, you don't necessarily know what is in your subconscious mind. So the goal with this YouTube channel is also for us to progressively, over time, as you watch through these videos over and over again, to progressively reprogram your subconscious mind to accept the abundance that the universe wants to give you. Okay? Because that's the reality of the game. God is not a God of misery or poverty. God fucking created mountains, oceans, galaxies, the infinite, right? Created infinity. So we want to reprogram your subconscious mind for you to start making more money so you can be free and therefore become successful in all aspects and fulfilled. Because without spiritual growth and inner growth, you may be making money, but you will never feel fulfilled. This is why we have a rampage, or I don't know if it's the right term, but a plethora of millionaires that have been created these last few years, but are still absolutely miserable and depressed. Because they lack purpose, they lack the inner growth, they lack the spiritual growth, and they lack the inner understanding of how the universe works. Okay, my goal is not for you to become a millionaire depressed in all aspects. Right? My goal is for you to become a millionaire successful in all aspects. Cool, and this can only be done when you understand the underlying fabric of reality, as we're doing now. Cool. Aim to be one with success in money, in wealth, health, and relationships. Now, how do we then change? Because at the end of the day, we want to reverse engineer our success and our wealth. So let's do this equation in green so you guys can really understand it. So we want more wealth, right? At first. Wealth / money. /money. Cool. So we're going to reverse engineer all of it. Now you remember from the previous slide, basically from the previous equation, we need to have the same frequency of wealth and money. Cool. So reverse engineer, we need the frequency of success or frequency of abundance, because wealth and money is simply a side effect of the frequency of abundance. Frequency of abundance. Frequency of abundance. Cool. Now, how do we tap into the frequency of abundance? Specifically because there's trillions of frequencies of abundance, right? Because abundance for me may mean 5 billion, but abundance for you may mean 100 million, right? So you see how frequencies are usually subjective, right? For instance, if you are like a starving child in Ethiopia, well, of course, 5K is going to be life-changing money, right? So it's subjective. The frequencies and what abundance means to you is subjective. So how do we change the frequency of abundance? Well, reverse engineer, we need to change our vibration, right? Vibration. Like this. That's going to be like a vibration on a long period of time. If you guys don't know what your frequency is, it's like basically your vibration on a long period of time. And that attracts, you're vibrating at the same thing as we say. This is what will allow you to be one with success. Success. Because like energy attracts like energy. Because the premise of this, hold on, is like frequency attracts like frequency. Okay? Cool. So that's the premise, right? And therefore you want to be one. That's how you become one with wealth, one with money. And when you're one with wealth and one with money, it means that it comes into your physical reality. Because then there's no separation anymore between you and wealth. You have wealth, you are money, right? So for us to create money and wealth, we need to tap into the frequency of abundance. Cool. How do we tap into the frequency of abundance? Well, it is going to depend on our vibration. We need to have the corresponding vibration that on a longer period of time becomes then our frequency. Okay? That's time. So, but now, what is vibration? Well, vibration is how you feel and think most of the time. Literally, it's another way of saying an alignment, a specific alignment of your thoughts, your emotions, and therefore your deeds, your actions. Cool. Now, but mainly vibration, if you look at a subatomic level, you see like your body, it vibrates at a certain vibrational rate, right? Your body right now vibrates at a certain rate. So by us changing, how we change our vibration is reverse engineer, we need to change our physiology. Physiology. Right? So the body basically. And no, I'm not going to tell you get jacked to make more money, even though it has an impact. I'm not going to tell you, gain more muscle or anything like that. It's more metaphysical than that. Because if you change your physiology, if you feel good, right? If you feel good about yourself every single day, because physiology is literally not just like the external, it's also how you feel inside. So if you feel good every single day about yourself, well, naturally, your vibration, how you feel, is going to be up-leveled, right? So that's going to lead to vibration, a better vibration, an up-leveled vibration. So your physiology will change your vibration. Now, the thing is, because you are just vibrating on every single part of your being, you're vibrating at a certain frequency, at a certain vibration. That's your physiology. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna tell you the bullshit, normal stuff that stop, therefore, eating bullshit, stop inputting garbage into your body, stop basically doing what society tells you to do, eating sugary food, processed food, or whatever. We want to remove all that bullshit because then you're destroying your physiology, right? Start eating healthy, start getting proper sleep. If you don't remember the the 5 pillars of mental health. It's proper sleep, proper nutrition, proper exercise, sunlight, and socializing. Okay? So, I'm going to put it here. Well, you know what? You remember. You note it down. Cool. So, physiology equals vibration. So, how do we change our physiology if we are just a mere conglomerate? We are just a mere conglomerate of vibrating atoms. Vibrating atoms. Right? We are just a conglomerate of vibrating atoms. Well, you have to change how you feel. You have to change your vibration, the vibrating speeds of your atoms. And how do we do that? Well, there's a specific organ that you are lucky to dispose of, allowing you to do this. And you guessed it, this organ is the brain. So reverting back here, what changes your physiology is your psychology. So basically the brain, right? That's the brain. If you haven't watched my YouTube masterclass, I think it's like how masturbation kills your income or anything like that, go watch it, because I'm talking about this link of how your psychology changes your physiology determines your psychology. It's easier for you to feel confident if you're jacked and shredded and you love your body. It's harder for you to feel good if you're constantly thinking of negative thoughts. It's constantly for you to be optimistic and positive if you're constantly feeding your body with bullshit, gluten, processed food, sugary stuff, because you're going to have spikes in dopamine, spikes in insulin, linking back to the spikes of dopamine, and therefore then when you crash down, your psychology is going to be bad. So those two are intertwined. Those two are linked. Those two are intertwined, basically. Intertwined. So you see how self-image and body is very, very much linked. So this is why when you see all these people that are absolutely obese and very unhealthy telling you, oh yeah, I love my body, I'm super confident in the body, you see how this proves the contrary. And demonstrates the contrary, because yes, you can fool yourself, but the subconscious mind knows all. It knows that you're disrespecting your body that has been given by God, and therefore you cannot fool yourself too long, right? So your psychology determines your physiology. And so, meaning that your thoughts, if you don't remember the 7 steps of materialization that I've written in my book, you can go check it out, but basically your thoughts with your brain will literally create, therefore, your emotions, right? Because your emotions are determining of your physiology. The more you feel good about yourself, the better your physiology. The more naturally you're going to feel healthy. There has been studies, and I know this is incredible, but there has been literally studies of people that have healed diseases by nurturing the emotion of love, right? That's the crazy thing. That's the absolute crazy thing. There's this lady that not only, there's 2 ladies actually. I'm going to give you 2 examples of ladies. There's this lady, number 1, she healed her traumas, and you see the difference before and after of her face a few years apart. Before the trauma, she was bloated. She looked average, basically, the average American, honestly. And then after she removed all her traumas, she looked very sharp, like she didn't have any inflammation in her body, no bloating. She was very sharp, etc., etc., etc. Because she healed her traumas, she healed her emotions, and therefore that changed her physiology. Okay? And of course, how you heal your traumas is you do some thoughts and belief system work. So it all starts with psychology. This is why I'm huge into psychology, by the way. So your psychology changes your physiology. And this other lady, by the way, she had, according to doctors, she had like an incurable disease or incurable sickness. And then she was like, no, fuck that. I don't want to believe this. And she started to change her thought patterns over time, nurturing love, nurturing positive emotions, positive thoughts that then became positive emotions. And then she healed her incurable disease. Okay, if you want to go check her out, her name is Caitlin O'Toole on Instagram. That's how she did. She, by the power of her mind, she understood how to change the physiology of her body and therefore heal herself. And it's not just her, like there's so many people that understand the power of psychology, changing the power of physiology and therefore healing themselves of sicknesses. Because at the end of the day, most of the time, a physical sickness is a physical materialization of a mental sickness that has been focused on or kept unchecked for a long period of time, and then it materialized in physical reality. An example is stress creates ulcers in the gut. The more stressed you are and the less, and if you don't find a way to release the stress, it's going to, over time, more focus on the energy, more energy, because it's a bad emotion. So it's energy in movement, right? Emotions is energy in motion. So it's basically a moving energy. This moving energy, it needs to move. If you keep it stuck in your body, over time, it's going to be bigger and bigger and bigger, creating ulcers. So that's the ulcer. Literally, ulcers is the physical materialization of stress, which is why we always want to, more and more in the medicine, by the way, more and more they focus now on checking the mind and checking the thoughts to be able to change the physiology. Now, coming back to how aiming to be one with sex/success helps you make money. Well, obviously, if you change your psychology, so you change your belief systems and your thoughts, which is what we're doing here, you see how literally, how you can change your psychology and your thoughts is watching my channel. Watching Hugo's channel, basically. Jay, for those of you who call me Jay. Channel. Right? That's literally what we do. We are changing your belief systems for you to change your psychology, for you to change then your physiology, then you to change your vibration, then change your frequency, and therefore change the wealth, the money that you make, and therefore you can have like success in all aspects, basically. Right? That's the sun, because it represents all aspects. Either way, you see how that's so powerful. So by me giving you awareness of this process, already you're changing your belief systems, already you're changing your thoughts, and therefore you're changing your physiology. And literally understand that your thoughts can change your emotions, and therefore your overall vibrations, right? Because your thoughts of the brain, it sends electromagnetic signals every single day. So your brain, just imagine, we always say, don't go to Chernobyl, right? You're literally like a miniature version of Chernobyl. Chernobyl, why we don't want to go there is because it's radiation. It's like literally a radioactive vibrations that can distort your body. Well, your brain is a mini Chernobyl, a mini like nuclear center, meaning that every single day it sends out radiation, it sends out electromagnetic signals that over time will change your body as well. It will literally distort your body as well, helping you feel healthier. So as we said with the examples that I've given you, heal your sicknesses, and over time it also will help you build more muscle or change your body in general, as we explained with the girl that healed her trauma and became very beautiful. So it's extremely important to understand all of this, because if you don't, cool. Technical problems is my second name. No, I'm not manifesting it, but you understand what I'm saying. So we change your psychology by giving you awareness, new knowledge, and reprogramming your subconscious mind, because that's literally like most of the things is like you have the conscious mind and then you have the subconscious mind. Yeah, sorry guys, like we didn't talk about how to get more sex and stuff like that. I'm sorry. No, actually I'm not. Because my only goal is for you to see wealth, money become free, and therefore successful in all aspects, and then you do what you want. But either way, so we change the thoughts, we change the emotions, we change the vibration, therefore we tap into the frequency of abundance, and then we tap into wealth and money. That's literally how you go here. You look at, okay, what is success for me? What does it represent? How do I tap into the frequency of abundance that allows me to do that? What type of vibration do I need? What type of feelings do I need to, and thus do I need to tap into that frequency of abundance? Because like energy attracts like energy. You aim to be one with the frequency of abundance, right? You need to match the frequency of abundance in terms of thoughts and feelings. And therefore, on a long period of time, supercharging everything with taking actions, the right type of action, the right blueprint, because at the end of the day, you may think very positively, you may feel very positively. Yes, you're going to attract positivity and opportunity, but if you're still hell-bent on following the wrong blueprint, aka exchange your time versus money, you'll get fucked. You'll never make money. You'll never be able to truly be free. Cool. And therefore you revert back that to it. So literally by you watching my channel every single day and you reprogram your subconscious mind with my content, it helps you make more money. It helps you see more success. Okay? So this is literally, you see how we went from studying the sexual mechanics, aiming to be one because you have the same frequency on a long period of time. Therefore, how we reverse engineer how we can tap into and be one with the frequency of abundance, allowing us more wealth and more money for us to have success in all aspects afterwards. Because because of the subconscious reprogramming that you have, the more money you make, the more opportunities of feeling free you have. You will never feel free if you don't reprogram fully your subconscious mind, because if you have more money, you'll naturally feel like you have more money to lose, and therefore you're more scared. That's why you need to also reprogram your subconscious mind, etc., etc. That's what I teach my clients. By the way, if you are looking to start your personal brand or online coaching business, or you already have some kind of personal brand and online coaching business, but you're struggling to cross over $10,000 per month, check the link in the description or DM me on Instagram. I am Hugo Christensen, or check the link of the description, and let's chat. Because what I do is basically I reprogram the subconscious mind of all my clients, preventing us from having any mental income cap. And then naturally them attracting better opportunities in their lives. We give you the fast money blueprint, which is exactly, if you execute it, you're gonna make more money with your personal brand or your online coaching business, leveraging social media, leveraging psychology, dark psychology, all of that, basically to help you get more clients. And at the end of the day, we elevate your frequency to supercharge everything, all the opportunities that you attract in your life. Cool. Now, let's finish off for you guys, for you nerdy Napoleon aliens, and for the people who think that I'm promoting, you need to have a lot of sex to be successful. You absolutely don't. But by you understanding the mechanics of sexual attraction, you can then reapply and extrapolate that and put it into your success in your life, and the wealth and the money and the car and the desired reality that you want to attract. You aim to become one with the desired reality by understanding how you can retro or reverse engineer becoming one with success. Don't worry, I'm keeping Jessica. Let me know in the comments if you like Jessica, by the way. If you do, maybe I'll feature her in a new video. Maybe I'll invite her as a private guest, for her to talk and stuff like that. So, last but not least, we're going to talk about the sexual transmutation, because I know people who are nerds about personal development and stuff like that, they like that. It's important just to have a quick note about sexual transmutation, because yes, sexual energy should not be wasted uselessly. Transmutation. So, my hypothesis is that you're not dumb. So, my hypothesis is that from the get-go, you're only allowing yourself to have sex with people who have the same high-level vibration, frequency, or consciousness than you. Consciousness, right? People. I'm not telling you just go on a random orgy and then you'll make more money. No, you don't even need to have sex to make more money. You don't even need to that. But it's just understanding how this sexual energy, which is one of the most powerful frequencies and energetical wavelength, basically, can be applied to success. Now, you can literally transmute that sexual energy to make more money, because you need to understand that you can either use it by doing a physical deed, you can use it by doing mental deed, or you can use it by doing a spiritual deed. Because at the end of the day, everything in this life, whether you like it or not, exists on 3 planes. Everything exists. I'm not going to get into too much detailed planes, but basically just for the novice and the sake of simplification, I'm going to explain in 3 planes. So, you have spiritual, you have mental, and then you have physical. Cool. So spiritual, it means the quantum field of possibilities, basically, right? The unseen, the possibilities, the potentialities. So for instance, let's take this pen, for instance. This pen had the potential to be created, like everything in life. It has potential to be created. Otherwise, it would not be created. And because we live in a world of infinity, right? Everything can be created. Because everything is already created in the spiritual realm, in the quantum field. Its potentialities for us to tap into. That's why you have an intuition. An intuition is literally you tapping into the spiritual field of all potentialities. So this pen was once a potentiality. Then somebody visualized it mentally, right? Somebody visualized it mentally. Because they had a need. They were like, I have a whiteboard and I would like to have something where I can write and then I can remove it afterwards, right? So they visualized how it looked like and then they created it physically, okay? So why am I saying this? Basically because the sexual energy or sexual transmutation exists on 3 planes as well, everything. So the spiritual equivalent of sexual energy is the procreation of life, right? The potentiality of life, okay? So let's say, for instance, here, what is the equivalent spiritually is the potential for life, okay? So you see already with this sentence, you understand how spiritually sex is literally the energy of creation, right? Which is why a lot of people in the spiritual field, they're like, oh no, semen retention, or even religious people, they tell you no sex before marriage and stuff like that, because it lets you have this time to have this energy that literally can create life for you to put it in other endeavors, for you to set yourself up for then you to have the family, to be ready for the family, right? So it's basically the potential, this energy potential of life for procreation, for life, put it first on other endeavors so you have like a solid physical baseline, and then you can use it for creation of life that then as a man provide and protect, you're able to do more. That's basically why they say this, right? Create a stable thing for the child. Now, this is the potential for life, the spiritual sexual energy. Mentally, it's basically all the creativity that you have. The creativity that you have. The creative energy, if you want. Right? And then physically, it's sperm, basically. For you guys, right? And for you ladies, it's different, but here, just simplicity's sake, I'm explaining how it exists on 3 planes. But instead of wasting it in physical form, what about you transmute it? That's literally what transmutation means. It's basically using a specific plane of existence in a different way. So you transmute sex into creativity by holding it, right? And then I'm listening to if there is a somebody who knocked on the door. Because I'm waiting for some books. This creativity, you can use it. Again, you can take it back to the potential for life, and transmute it back for the potential for life as a spiritual awakening, as a spiritual ascension, right? And the more potential for life you have, the more naturally you're going to glow. You're going to have like synchronicities happening in your life. But either way, you see how sexual transmutation is still very much important. Now, I'm not telling you either don't have sex. That's not what I'm telling you. Have as much sex with your Jessicas as you want. That's not the point here. The point is, of course, make sure to treat sexual energy as it truly is, a force for creation, a force for life, okay? Now you understand how the sexual mechanics can be translated into success, right? Because once you understand that sex literally is the potential for life, as a potentiality, birthing whatever you want, as a creator, you can then use that as creativity, or you can use that as procreation for physical life, you know? But either way, creativity can take different forms, right? It's like a specific type of energy that you can then use to determine success in your life. Cool? Hope it makes sense, guys. So again, all the personal development Napoleon Hillians, I'm not telling you to not sexually transmute. I'm not telling you to go on an orgy. Chances are you don't want to. Chances are you can't, especially with everything that's happening in the dating market today. I'm telling you, understand how deeply the laws of attraction for human beings and this sexual interaction, aiming to become one, can be translated into you attracting the desired reality that you want, attracting the wealth for you to become free, and therefore for you to become fulfilled in all aspects. Because it's really, truly hard for you to feel fulfilled and happy in all aspects if you don't at least feel free.